ये जगह है ये सवाल पूछने का? नहीं, आप बताइए, ये जगह है क्या ये सवाल पूछने का? आप बताइए, सुनिए, डोंट एक्ट स्मार्ट विथ मी. Improper. When you are at a certain place, respect the occasion. Is this the question that you should be asking?
Everybody, welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and this episode is a fun one, and we're calling it Good Evening, Judges.
Thank you for the question.
These are the funniest moments we have caught on pageants, and I think most of them are from Indian queens, sadly. But this is not the queen's fault. Here is the problem. Judges make blunders too, and of course, they ask ridiculous questions and they aren't realistic. And well, they act smug about it. So we're calling up the judges for the ridiculous questions. Guru, I think this has been going on for way too long, right?
Mostly people and the viral videos that we've seen are all about the answers that the queens give.
Yeah.
But this is a different
Yeah.
twist. You know, if you ask stupid questions, you get stupid answers.
Keep it up.
And some of these questions are really dumb. So I believe we have quite a few of them. So let's get started.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to call you out the judges for the blunders they make. So take a look at the first ridiculous question.
Okay, my question to you is, beauty is skin deep. How deep is intelligence?
All right. So the question was from Preeti Zinta. Beauty is skin deep. How deep is intelligence?
No, Emma, it's not like this. How deep is intelligence?
How deep is intelligence?
Oh, how deep
It
is
comes
intelligence?
from a place of superiority.
Yeah, she was all hoity-toity in this. It comes, how deep is intelligence? Oh my God. It was so annoying watching her ask this question. And I'm not sure what she was thinking because how does one measure intelligence? I think we have an IQ level, we have an intelligence quotient, and we all do the quiz and we all flunk at it, okay? But what was she expecting? I mean, how? Okay, before we see what the answer was, Guru, how would you answer this stupid question?
I would first say that, yes, beauty is skin deep, but intelligence is measured in how high intelligent a person is, and that's measured through a very objective system, which is the IQ metric. And I believe that Preeti Zinta should know her IQ, and I would ask the judges, I hope you know your IQ as well, ma'am.
Very rightly put, Guru. Beauty is deep, but intelligence is high. So, well, sadly, well, this girl struggled, and I don't blame you, sweetheart. This is what she said.
Beauty is skin deep, and intelligence is within. Beauty you can see from within and outside, but intelligence is what you have, is what makes you beautiful. That makes you beautiful from outside and inside. Thank you.
Okay, so the poor thing struggled, and she kind of made sense. She says beauty is skin deep, and intelligence is from within, and then she struggled with the within and the inside, and the beauty and the deep and the within.
Everything became
Okay,
inside
so
and
it
outside.
just went
It became
back
like
and
inside,
forth with
outside.
the depth and the within. Yeah, it was like, is it? Oh, there. Is it? But it's okay. What the hell she could have answered? And you know what pissed me off in this, Guru? Look at Preeti Zinta's reaction. That she does this cringe, like, what is she talking about? Like, yeah, excuse me, girl, what the hell?
Did you
I
ask?
mean, you know, she made this girl feel uncomfortable with a ridiculous question, and then she absolutely humiliated her by showing a cringe face, which was obviously shown. Ah, well.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
All right, the next one was this, of course, extremely viral, iconic Miss Teen USA. Amy Teagarden asked Miss South Carolina is her name, I think.
Miss South Carolina.
That a fifth of Americans cannot locate USA on a map. Why is that? Okay, now that question is so ridiculous, and I'll tell you why. You know, we might mock her to say she made a blunder. Yeah, of course she did, but like I said, it was like a demand and supply case, so somebody did.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, exactly. Many, many years we were addressing this. I just want to say, Amy T. Garden, you messed up as well, equally. Okay. So what South Carolina eventually answered was this.
I personally believe that US Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
South Carolina probably was not expecting something like that. She's probably mugged up a whole lot of things about women empowerment or
Iraq,
peace or
South
children
Africa.
in South Africa, such as. So
Such
she
as?
had all that in her brain, that she was going to talk about the children, such as the education and the children are our future, the regular things we hear. But when a stupid question comes up like this, the obvious answer for this, Guru, you know how I would have said it? Well, if then they're stupid, they're not educated in schools. I mean, if they're not doing geography in school, maybe they flunked geography in school. I would just say maybe because all of them flunked geography in school. What would your answer be?
I would say that maybe there are less atlases. Get more atlases. Finished.
Yeah. Yeah, someone doesn't have an interest.
Maps are not, they can't locate because there are no maps. Because there are no maps, nobody can locate it. Finished.
Finished. So no answer. Yeah, exactly. So that's just simple answer. But the poor girl, obviously, we all know what happened afterwards. We all know what happened afterwards. So I'm gonna actually, so we are supporting this obvious blunder to say that a better question could have been given to her for her to stop it.
Absolutely.
Well, she made a rollicking mess of it, but at least
But I have
took
to
two
give
to
it.
tango here.
I have
Yeah,
to
it
give
took
it
two to tango to win.
to the host who's asking the question, how he's trying to curtail his laughter and still
Yeah.
frown. And he was the same host that we saw in Miss Universe 2024.
Yes.
In this world order, there was the separation of states, borders, resources, and sovereignty. It caused inequality in the economies and conflict of ethnicity. Nonetheless, our society has developed an understanding of diversity. We also reached the cutting edge of our technology and changed our sense of humanity. The question is, can we abolish the old world order and become a world without borders and nations?
All right. Now, this everybody were talking about because we were like, first of all, he does not come to the question. The way he builds up this crescendo of going up and finally climaxing to the question, which made no sense. I can tell you firmly, I don't think any economist will be able to answer that question. I don't think any, analyst or financial analyst would understand it. Because first of all, that question was pointless. The guy's English was bad, his pronunciation was bad, the grammar seemed to have been going everywhere. So to decipher where everything was coming from made no sense. In every aspect of it, I don't know who the hell made that question. I think we need to first find out who was behind that stupid question? What was the purpose of it? And you understand the girls, what are they for? These contestants are here to win a beauty pageant. They want to do something with their lives with this, okay? They're not here to save the world. They're never going to save the world. They're never going to, stop
save their own
climate change.
mental health.
Yeah, they just want to live and, do things they can in their capacity. What are you asking them? It is senseless. At least have some brains. I'm sometimes I think they get way too serious. Like these girls just want to take it easy, have fun, do what the best they can, make some impact in the world. That's it. What did you think?
I think asking these tough questions, I think they do that because they want to elevate the status of pageantry as if they're trying to do something extremely, good for the humanity.
Don't make anything unnecessarily out of context. This is a different.
I can only say that this was not a question. Baba, sawal kya hai? As in, what is the
question?
point? What is your
Yeah.
question? It's like the whole context
Get
has
to the
been
bloody
missed.
point. Yeah, he never got to the damn point.
It's like, and by that time, anyone would just go blank because one has to construct one's answer. And I do believe what she answered was, let's have a look.
Take a look.
I wish I could answer this question, but unfortunately I was prepared enough, so thank you.
Right.
I
So
love her. This is
absolutely
the-
love her. If I was in her place, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have probably just said that it just.
Could
I
you
would have said
repeat
this
the question?
Could you repeat the question? And then, can you repeat the question? And then, probably say something very, snarkly and say that I don't think anything of that made sense. I cannot have answered it. Thank you so much. I love the fact that she confidently decided, okay, I'm done with this nonsense and I'm out. So, girl, all the respect from me. You nailed it. That reply
Pageant,
was
this is,
spot
to be
on. We
honest,
love you for
it
it.
doesn't, I don't know
I
which
have no
pageant
idea
this
which
is.
pageant this
So
is.
if you guys know, please help us, because this is quite
Please
a
let us know in the
pivotal
comment
movement.
section. Yeah.
Question for the final round of the Miss India 1993 contest is: what came first, the chicken or the egg? Prove it.
All right, so this question was for the final contestants at the Miss India 1993. And the question was, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay.
Not for a final
Okay.
answer.
ये जगह है ये सवाल पूछने का? नहीं, आप बताइए, ये जगह है क्या ये सवाल पूछने का? आप बताइए, सुनिए, don't act smart.
For a final answer for something serious where you are vying for the crown to represent your country, you're talking about what comes first, the chicken or the egg.
And
Guru,
it's
what
not
was
just
he thinking
that,
of this?
it's also saying, prove it. And the guy who's saying it is also like in his own whimsical fancy. You have to prove it. And boy, these girls proved it that they are least bothered.
Oh my God, this was, I think, one of the most ridiculous, I don't know, were they wanting them to be funny? Were they wanting them to be whimsical or like super
Oh,
scientifically
no,
accurate?
because that time Madhu Sapre had just come in the top 3. So things were getting serious in pageantry when it came to India. I don't know. I don't think they took pageants seriously themselves. I think after Aishwarya Rai and Sushmita Sen's, several answers came out. I think that's where they also started asking these difficult questions. Because we were known to be well-spoken, women who could answer these tough questions. And especially after Madhu Sapre's debacle answer, though she was true to herself. But let's see what they said.
All right.
Chicks come first, only then the eggs come.
That was the answer to what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
The chicken, because if there was no chicken, there'd be no egg.
Pooja?
Well, I have a totally different point of view. It says that who cares as long as they're both useful.
Good. Okay.
So she said chicken because without the chicken, there'd be no egg. That was her winning answer, by the way, to Miss India. Oh God. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I think Nimrata just said what she did because, without the chicken, there wouldn't be an egg. But then if you
She didn't want
scientifically
to
see it was
overthink the answer. She didn't want to make it
the
liberal.
embryo came first, or how did I mean, come on, oh God. So anyway, for her answer, that was the winning answer. The chicken, because without the chicken, there's no egg. So that won her the answer. It was just as ridiculous as the question, though. And it's shocking for a final
I
question.
think Pooja Batra's answer was better than Namrata Shirodkar answer, where she said that how does it matter? There's nothing as such. Both of them are useful. I think she should have won, but given the fact that the judges actually made Namrata Shirodkar win, confirms that the questions are very good.
Because there was this biasness at that time because Shilpa Shirodkar already was an actress.
Oh.
That is why that biasness was already there. She's Shilpa Shirodkar's sister. Obviously, she'll be fantastic. She'll be this. That is why that whole thing happened. Because definitely, I found the other girls much better. Karminder's height. Karminder won. I still remember she won national costume in Miss World. Yeah. And I remember Pierce Brosnan was there, and I was like, oh, she made Pierce Brosnan. Remember? I was like, come on, there was biasness.
Congratulations to Miss India. That time, the whole thing used to feel so monumental.
I used to get goosebumps, and I was so in love with the Pierce Brosnan with the Remington Steel, and then finally became James Bond. So it was iconic. Karminder definitely was better. But let's face fact, Namrata looked horrible in that silvery thing that she was wearing, and then Karminder was tall, beautiful with that halter neck. Let's face facts, guys. Namrata won because of the Shirodkar name. That's what actually happened according to me. But if you guys disagree with me, let me know what you think about the 1993 final question round.
And if you can
Who will be
find
your
the
champion?
video of the 1993 feminine,
If you can
please, us.
it's in bits and pieces. We can't find the pageant at all. I think we need to write to Times, whoever was there that time,
Yes.
and find out like where are these videos. Let us have it, so we can actually pay montage to it. Like we don't know where it's gone. So yeah, that happened. All right.
What do you do when the only person who can make you stop crying is the person who made you cry?
All right. So this is what do you do when the person who made you cry is the person who can stop you from crying. Okay. Now
Ulta,
the question doesn't make sense.
The person who made you cry is the person
Who can make you stop crying. Okay, so now I think it's not a question, it's a quote. So there's no what do you do? There's nothing to do. I mean, the point is the irony behind the question is that, like, the one who makes you cry is the one who can stop you from crying. That's the love or connection. Agreed. So her reply we'll get to later. But the question should have not been a question, it should have just been a quote. So you don't do anything. What do you do? Kick his ass? Like, why did you make me cry? You can't answer that question.
What do you do when a person who
makes you cry is the person who can make you stop crying?
No, if the only person who can make you stop crying is the person who actually made you cry.
So that's just a quote. That's the irony.
Slap or what else?
Just give him a slap, like, kya tu rulaya kyun, kamina, patak. But see, that's the thing is, when we are in relationships and, when if my boyfriend hurts me or something, I'll obviously say to him, and obviously the source of where your pain has come is where the source of the pain can go. But there is nothing you can do about it apart express it. I don't understand the question. It should have been an additional question to that. I mean, you don't just make a question, what do you do? You don't do anything.
Yeah,
you wait till he apologizes, you wait till he makes up, or he or she makes it up to you, or
he's trying
to
make it sound that, does this situation even exist? Whether a person who does this is actually the person who causes it. Yes, people who you love, they also end up hurting you at times, which is where communication is important. I don't know what she said.
Simple question. This whole question was bloody nonsense. I'll tell you why. It was just kachra. It was cow dung. I'll tell you why. If you hurt me, Guru, if you hurt me, I'm not going to go slap my neighbor. You have hurt me. Obviously, it's you. If someone, it has to be, you don't do anything. It is the person who has hurt you, is the one who's made you cry, is the one who's going to rectify the situation. And only that person. So it's illogical, the whole question. Who else will you go talk to?
Maybe sometimes you can't, when things are so bad that you can't go to them. You can only let it be types and think about God. But
he said is
the same person has to remove. Then so basically you're basically jacked off. Your life is
basically it's common sense that जिसने आपको थप्पड़ मारा वही तो sorry बोलेगा. So it's end of story. But what do you do? What do you expect me to do? I'll just wait till bloody apologize or say sorry. You've hurt me.
I'll wait for the 2 ticks. I'll wait for the 2 double ticks.
And so it's like I didn't understand. What do you do when somebody is यार कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Okay, reality में जब होता है, you just wait till the bugger apologizes, or you थप्पड़ मारो him, or block him, or send him 100 messages and give him a reality check.
I would do the same thing what you would do, dear judge.
His question was warped, absolutely warped, senseless.
I think they're just given these cue cards, just ask these questions. There'll be some 10 questions, pick up and randomly just say, I don't think this is in their mind. They would not be.
They're not thought of. They're not well thought of. They're just trying to be all philosophical and.
I think the only place where I see very good questions being asked is Miss South Africa, where there are tough questions and there are even better responses. It's like a tug of war match between the contestants and the judges.
Exactly. This is very important. To get a good answer, you got to ask a damn good question. It has to make sense. It has to open up a person's mind to think. out of the box, out of reality, out of the confinement of their social norms, and then address situations. So you need to know how to formulate a good question. This is absolutely, I mean, it's a kid. The guy is a kid. I forgot his name, but he's a kid. I mean, I don't know who gave it
This
to him, but anyway.
Formula racing car guy.
Yeah. Karthikeyan, na?
Karthikeyan. Something Karthikeyan.
Karthikeyan something. Anyway, so this was her reply.
The only person who can make me stop crying can, in the first place, never make me cry. He is someone, or she is someone, so close to my heart. Our souls entwine so deeply that we share the same joys, the same sorrows, and the same cries. And we can never apart, and we can never cry. Thank you so much.
This is ridiculous. The person who made me cry
And
is the person who can never make me cry. I mean, oh my God. I mean, I think she just
world peace.
short-circuited in her brain a little bit.
It is not possible. How have you thought of this situation, my dear judge?
I don't know what I could have expected this girl to say. Just like, the first person that made me cry would have never made me cry in the first place. यार ये वही है ना, तूने मुझे क्यों रुलाया ना, हाँ तू एक बंदा था जो मैंने सोचा तू कभी मुझे रुलाया नहीं और तूने रुला दिया.
Emotionally
Very
blackmail,
dramatic, very
make him feel
filmy.
guilty.
Make him feel guilty, do that guilt trip. What technically she's saying is, I'll give him a guilt trip. All the persons you made me cry, of all the people you hurt me, I never thought that of you. How could you hurt me?
There was a Shamsi Supsuk in Miss Universe 2011, somewhat similar question, where what would you do if a person who loves you does not let you follow your religious belief? So she flipped and said that the person who loves me has to love my God. Because my first love is with God, and if he doesn't, then he doesn't love me. Finished. That's the way to just chop off such questions.
Correct.
You're saying that, everything is fine. Both of us will be crying together and laughing together. It's like this one Hindi film.
Yeah. And then her English goes completely crazy. And then what we like Miss Urvashi Rotella forgetting articles too. When she speaks, she says something, we apart, we know apart, or some crap. I mean, oh my God. I mean, I was just looking at her hairdo with the crown on her head and all that. I was just like, whatever she's wearing.
Even without the crown, yeah. It is the
some hair accessory on her thing. It was rather dramatic and ridiculous. And from what I gauge is Mr. Karthikeyan, I think, has had a heartbreak recently. So he was getting his dukh bari kahani out and asking, aap kya karoge? Agar aise hua to, jo mere saath hua.
Maybe he's getting some free advice from these beauty queens.
Yeah, he's like, चलो इनसे पूछ लेते हो, आप क्या करोगे मैडम जी, अगर आप कुछ जिससे प्यार करते हो, आपको दुख दिया है, आप क्या करोगे मैडम? It actually came off like, say it in Hindi. Say it in Hindi. It's hilarious. Just translate that question.
We should do all these questions. We should have the Hindi version of it.
Just ask it in Hindi and it makes sense. Madam, आप क्या करोगे? कोई रुलाया. Oh God, it's so funny. I think let's do that. We'll just switch it into Hindi and then we get the real meaning of why Karthikeyan asked this question to her. Well, anyway, so we're going to move on to the next one because it's getting funny.
Say it, but it's Srinidhi Shetty. I actually just thought, what if she gets, Srinidhi Shetty power. Yay! You look lovely, Trisha. Thank you so much. So do you. Thank you. So here is your question. Liva Miss Diva recently has allowed trans women to participate alongside naturally born females in this pageant. What are your thoughts on it and why?
All right. So this question comes from Srinidhi Shetty to Trisha Shetty's. Well, the question was that now that we have transgender women competing with biological women in beauty pageants at Miss Universe India, what are your thoughts on that? Okay. Guru, this is a controversial subject in beauty pageants and in the general...
Leave the controversy aside, it's not asking an opinion. It's basically a do or die situation where you have to basically align yourself with the organization that you're wanting to be part of. it's like you go for an interview of, say, Pepsi, and then they say Pepsi has, changed its branding, and we are having this view. These are our values. What do you think about this? If you want to be part of and she came third, right? So
yeah,
it doesn't.
That's the thing.
give
You
any
put her on
option.
the spot with saying, let's say she's against it. She could not say anything. She had to comply
Sabotaging
with
her.
because she obviously wants to win the crown. So she had to comply with the absurdity of having transgender women, which of course none of us like. Very few people are okay with it, except of course the only transgender community okay with it. Everyone's not. And being Indians, of course, we know for a fact we were not happy with this announcement at all, but we were just going along with it. We were humoring them. We were playing along with it. And then you're putting this girl on the spot to ask a question. I think, Srini, you really, I
Let's
don't
see
know if
what
it was
she said.
planted. I don't know if it was planted, but Srini really, if she
All
had
questions that year were planted.
yeah, from what we know, yeah, for sure. But that was like really, really, they played dirty with her. I think they really played dirty with Trisha, and I did place her in a very high. I did like her a lot, and I think she could have won. But let's see what she answered.
I believe that the organization has taken one of the most progressive steps that could have been taken. That is because I believe that every individual, when they embrace themselves and their sexual orientation, they bring out the best of themselves. And I think that a platform as prestigious as Liva Miss Diva, encouraging something of this sort, shows inclusivity and equality. Moreover, I also believe that we all need to come together and accepting each other and respecting each other. So I believe that this is one of the best steps that we could have taken. And kudos to the organization for more and more people can now come forward and showcase themselves on this prestigious platform. Thank you.
All kudos to the Miss Diva organization, and her entire answer was makhan, 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 makhan. Both sides of the bread, there was makhan, makhan lagaing. I mean, poor girl. I mean, I don't know if she genuinely felt all that she said. Highly doubt it.
Even if you don't, the question makes you in a tight spot that whether you should speak your truth or not.
Yeah,
Maybe she believes in it, but if a person does not believe in it, well, then how does one really give their unbiased views in such an
absolutely, absolutely. This was like a we controlling you emotional blackmail wala question, because she couldn't do anything except agree with it. That is the thing. A question should give them two choices to state whatever it is, opposing and of course, the obvious. So I think it was very, very, very ill.
One-sided.
Poor Trisha Shetty, she had no other choice. If she had an opposing view, poor girl could not have said it. So this was very, very bad.
Next.
Please, one secret that you are okay to share it with us tonight live.
So improper. When you are at a certain place, respect the occasion. Is this the question that you should be asking?
How does one answer such a question?
Okay. Rightfully said, Jay Bachchan. Is this the occasion? I mean, how can you ask a secret that you can share with us on live? I mean, what the hell? How is that?
And what do you expect?
I'm not sure what she was going after, but this is what the girl replied.
This secret will be okay for me to share, but I think my family won't be okay with this. But to be honest, I'm wearing this beautiful gown from Gerald Yakat, but I don't have an underwear.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, I think for such a stupid thing, I think she absolutely hit it out of the park with that. I'm not wearing panties.
Deal with it.
Yeah, मैंने चड्डी नहीं पहना. It's so funny in Hindi. आप हमें कुछ बता सकते, कुछ सीक्रेट आपका जो किसी को नहीं पता? हाँ, जजेस मैंने चड्डी नहीं पहना. Oh God, that is so amazing. I think fantastic. I think it was awesome. I think after that, everyone must be like trying to see.
They'll never ask such a question again.
They'll never ask.
Next one is also a question that's normally asked a lot, but let's have a look what that question was.
Good evening, sir.
Hi. The question I'd like to ask you is, if you were me judging a pageant like this one, what question would you ask and why?
If you are a judge, then respect the occasion. If you are the judge, then
You're sounding like Jaya Bachchan.
Yeah, yeah,
place, respect the occasion. Is this the question that you should be asking?
Saif Ali Khan made it rather interesting by asking a question. You never respond to a question with a question, first of all. But what he did was, instead of asking a question, he threw back the question, answering and asking the question to
the height of laziness.
contestants. And he's like, if you were to ask me a question, what would that be? But here's the thing. If he actually said, if you were in my place, and what question you would ask yourself? Or was he saying, if you could ask me a question, what would that
Whatever
be?
it is, I don't think he had even the
Very
patience
confusing.
to write a question, or maybe the questions had finished. So you only tell me what question I should ask you. But let's see, poor Madam Mugdha Godse.
Respond.
What
It
is-
was so yeah, very confusing. Let's see what she answered.
Thank you for the question. If I were judging this pageant or at your place, and if I have to ask one question, I will definitely ask that do you believe in equality? Because you're a man, I'm a woman, so I would like to know your view on that. And I would like to know how you talk about it. Thank you.
I don't know.
Judges, it is like they're trying to fill up any word that's coming, any sentence.
Yeah, it's because,
word
you know,
to
when
find a question.
Thank you for the question.
Find the question, judges.
If I had to ask a question at your place, in your
Then she's
place,
still thinking, what should be the question? What should be the
she's
question? What
thinking,
should be
क्या
the
बोलूं
question?
मैं, क्या मुझे आ नहीं रहा, इसने क्या पूछा ये कमीने ने? मैं खुद अपना, मैं तो पूरा रट्टा मार के आई हूँ और ये मुझसे पूछ रहा है कि मैं क्या बोलूं?
If you are the judge, then you be the judge. Don't.
Then you be the judge. Like Jay Bachchan says, like what Jay Bachchan says.
This is the
Is the occasion? Is this the occasion? You are a judge. Be a judge. Do not switch roles here. No. She's waiting for a question. You give her a bloody question.
If the judge, then she should come and sit where he is.
So tu aasa na, tu khade ho jai. She should give him the sash and the gown. You wear it and stand. I'll sit there. Then I'll ask her the same question. Then we'll do again role reversal. I'll go there. Then I'll wear this. Then again I'll ask the same question. Then you come here. I'll sit there. Oh God. Absolute nautanki. I mean, this was the 90s, so there was a lot of nautanki going on. 20s, I think. No, 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Another cringe.
Actually, so if you were a pet, what pet would you like to be? Who would you choose as a master in all the judges present here today?
All right, so this was a very, very interesting question from Sania Mirza. About if you were a pet, what pet would you be and who would you choose as your master? She said master, Guru. Interesting. We have pets. I have a baby. I don't consider my pet. I consider my child. And I'm not her mistress and I'm not her master. Okay? I'm her mummy. Finished. Guru has a baby and he's the daddy. Finished. We are mummy and daddies. There are children. There is no master here. How could she say the word
This
master?
was moving in a different direction. I think this is
so cheap.
soft nuances of second double meaning like we used to have. This is all Bollywood at its best. Absolutely. When this pageants and Bollywood combined, then this is what happens.
This is what she replied.
If I could be a pet, I would definitely be a hamster because they're so cute and I've always wanted one. And I think I would choose my master to be Arjun Kapoor because who wouldn't want to stay with him the whole time? Like, he would pet me, but that's fine.
What she replied was rather interesting. I would be a hamster because they're so cute and I've always wanted one. And of course, I want Arjun Kapoor because who else? I want Arjun Kapoor to be my master because I would love to spend the whole time with him, and who wouldn't want that? So sexual. It was nothing to do with a pet. It was just what the hell was going on? I mean, we are called pet owners in general, or we call puppy parents or pet parents. We are never called masters or mistresses. No. Well, with the wonderfully stupid question, we got an equally stupid answer, and it was really, very cheap. I think it was very cheap because it just came off really. I'm all for sexy. I'm all for kinky. I'm all for people being really, really emancipated and talking bold. I love that. But this was not it. Okay, so
this is not the occasion.
A certain place, respect the occasion. Is this the question that you should be asking?
It's not the occasion, so this was not it. I still remember. I think it was in Supranational, was it, or Japan, that she is selling sex toys and she wants to start her business. I think that was lovely when she said that. It was so cool, and she dressed up really fun, like an anime character. I think. I think that was so cute. And she's like, I have a sex toy shop or something like that. And I think, see, that's when you say something. It shows emancipation. It's being bold. It's fun. It's cute. This was not. This was like disturbing. Must.
Seriously.
Oh God, I don't know what Sania was thinking. I'm not sure what
I think
Madam
it's
is
just
up
to
to,
get
but it just
TRP
came out
ratings
so
because
fast.
television shows need to get their TRPs. They ask these
Yeah.
random questions that can be insinuating just to get some
And
triggers.
it was insinuating in a very wrong manner. It was not in a fun, sexually emancipated manner. Do you know what I'm saying? It was really awkward. It was very poor in taste. Very poor in taste is what I can say with this. So yeah, I mean, but now, thankfully, we are seeing better questions somewhat in Miss India at least. So and of course we are seeing planted questions. That of course is a issue. That's for another day. We will keep. But this we want to keep it light. And since so many people are showing questions and funny reactions, we thought we'll turn the table and show you how stupid the judges have been. Don't blame the girl always. It's the judges also equally responsible for the stupidity that we see on screen. Right?
So guys, these were our top 10. What about your top 10? Anyone that you felt should be added in this list? Tell us about
Let
them.
us know. Absolutely. Let us know in the comments and who you found the funniest and the most ridiculous. If you agree with us or disagree with us, and let us know if there are other ones like Guru said that we've missed out. Please let us know so we can go and see them as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified on our upcoming videos, and of course, follow us on Instagram. And we have a fun giveaway, and this is an Amazon gift voucher that we're going to give away because we've started a new contest. And all you have to do is go on Instagram, like and follow us, of course. And when you hit your answer to the question that we have asked, please tag one person. And of course, automatically, if your answer is correct, or if we get many correct answers, we will do a lucky draw and we will pick 2 lucky winners who will win Amazon gift vouchers. So, well, hurry, guys. We've started the contest season again. This is the first one for this year, and many more are going to come up. So, don't forget to go on Instagram, find that post of ours, like it, subscribe to us, and tag your bestie and make him or her join as well. So this is a fun time for you guys. So this is a lighthearted episode, and we're going to do more fun stuff and of course serious stuff because a lot of tons are coming up. We're narrowing down to Miss World, we're narrowing down to Miss Philippines, and of course Miss Thailand. We saw so much is happening, right? And that's it for Guru and me. Take care. Mwah! Shukriya.